Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Shadowrun Hongkong. Wir sind jetzt hier wieder in Hoi, wo diese ganzen Transient-Typen stehen. A pair of dead-eyed transients lean against the abandoned car. The shoulders slumped, a pile of overstuffed bags lie in a heap on the sidewalk, spilling into the rain-choked gutter. The smaller of the pair looks down, notices that his bags are getting soaked, and does nothing. Seems like he's too exhausted to care. The shorter of the transients slowly shifts his attention to you. His voice comes out hollow and empty. You're one of Cheng's. What is it to you? Well, hopefully she'll let you live. He nods his head toward the Hoi gates and the open road beyond. That's what we are doing. Getting the hell out of here while we still can. If you're smart, you'll follow us. Everyone with half a brain is getting out of this place. Well, I guess I have less than half a brain. Believe me, I'm thinking about it. Not me. Whatever is happening here, I'm going to figure out what it is. I'm going to fix it. You're either fool or you're crazy. Nothing can fix what's coming to the walled city, and Hoi is way too close to that place for comfort. You're getting dreams too? Just like when we were kids. We heard the stories of the Yama Kings. The two exchange glances. But they weren't just dreams this time. They were signs, warnings. What kind of warnings? The kind that you don't ignore. He stoops to begin pulling his bags off the sidewalk and out of the gutter. Come on, Shen, it's time to go. Show me your services. Cyberware. Ja gut, wir haben ja nicht mehr. Von daher. Ja, auch keine neuen Dialogoptionen. A pair of men, refugees from the looks of them, stand near the city entrance. They're absorbed by their conversation. Voice is low. The elf sways nervously as he speaks, but the human is steadfast. His gravelly words are harder to make out than the elf's, but you can hear the agitation in them. Neither man seems aware of your presence. Telling you, first chance we get, we've got to get out of here. Leave out the country. Things are so backed up that even if the walled city were gutted and cleaned tomorrow, we'd still be wading through the fallout. Prejudice won't just disappear. The elf's head dips you up and down in agreement. I know, you're right. You always are. I spoke to my sister, she's on board. Didn't take much convincing either. Those few of us who know about the monsters don't want to be anywhere near the city. Things like that, they leave a mark on a place. It'll never be right again. Hey, you guys, talking about the walled city? Did you just say something about monsters? Monsters? No, you must have misheard me. No monsters here, only corporate tyrants. What a silly thing to mishear. Monsters. He lets out a forced chuckle. That's right, monsters. He keeps his voice low. Without breaking eye contact, he leans in toward you. The Yama Kings, he pats the back on his flustered friend. It's alright, Lorne, might as well start talking about it. Not everyone's gonna believe us, but those who do can prepare themselves, like us. Lorne sways uncomfortably, but dips his head up and down in agreement. The man continues. It started as a whisper, a rumor. The Yama Kings are coming to feast on us, the walled city. Well, we took it for what it was, superstitious bullshit, that is, until things started happening. Now the walled city's always been its own kind of hell, but these last few months somehow things started getting worse. People got more aggressive, others started to spiral emotionally, and our dreams grew more intense, more frightening. It's the Yama Kings, we are sure of it. They're going to destroy our souls and eat our bodies. We have to leave, but there are so many people who can't. I just wish we could take them all. Iran, the small tremble shakes his billowy frame. Impossible, Loam. Most we can do is to save ourselves. Let's just concentrate on getting out of this alive. Alright? Aaron returns his hard gaze on you. So, now you know, monsters, Yama Kings, are descending upon us from their eternal thrones. coming to rip our essences apart. The sooner we get out of here, the better. The Yama Kings are kid stories. They aren't real. You're abandoning your city and friends for nothing. I understand. There's something dark at work in the walled city, and you're wise for wanting to get out of here. But you'd better get out of here soon. Things are really starting to heat up. You do what you think's best. If leaving this place behind puts your minds at ease, then go for it. Aaron gives you a curt nod. Thanks, stranger. One of Kali's enforcers bears the path from the walled city into Heoi, blocking the walkway with his body. A woman in ragged shawl stands in front of him, her hands clasped, begging to be left through. He doesn't move. Please, you have to let me through. My husband and children are already in Heoi. I need to meet them. I have to. Nice try, but back off. You don't get in here. Nobody else does. You should probably listen to what he says. His boss owns this town. Come on, man. Let her through. One more person in Heoi won't hurt anything. It isn't my decision. Auntie Cheng gave orders. Besides which, there's 100,000 other beggars behind her who would just love to get in here. They've been hanging at the gates all day. You think I should let them all through? I don't care if you help them or not. Just please help me. Think of my family. I don't know your family, woman. You probably don't even have one. I, on the other hand, do have people in Heoi, and if I disobey Auntie Cheng, what happens to them won't be pretty. I understand, Kali is just trying to keep the peace. Why does Kali kindly care about refugees passing through Heoi? If they were content to pass through, she probably wouldn't, but that isn't what these people do. They get out and they try to stay here. With everything that's going down, the last thing that Kindly wants to have to worry about is the population of Heoi suddenly tripling, so we aren't taking anybody, period. The refugee's tear-streaked face twists into a snarl. Pig bastard, you won't let us through. I'll come back with so many others that you can't hope to stop us. We can't stay in the walled city, not with what's coming, we won't. You be my guest, woman. Bring as many friends as you like. He pats a conspicuous bulge under his jacket. I make sure to have a bullet for each of you. Frederick! I've got a lot on my mind. Hier haben alle keine Texte mehr. Dann gehen wir mal Kindly Cheng besuchen. Und ihr sagen, dass wir den Typen haben laufen lassen. The walk through the merging parlors, punctuated by the tantalizing smell of coconut and fried confection. Your crew surrounds Kindly Cheng, watching comfortably as she peels small egg-shaped delicacies from a waffle-like pastry and pops them into her mouth. Each time she does, her eyes close in ecstasy and soft sound comes from her throat. There you are, Kordanor. Your crew here tells me that you were able to locate and interrogate the plastic-faced man. The straw sandal's eyes narrow and her rusty voice takes on a jagged edge. They haven't told me his current disposition, however. I assume everything went as I instructed? Avoid a question. We managed to extract valuable information from him. Her eyes remain narrow. So is he dead? Not exactly. She shakes her head slowly in a frightened remorse. Don't make me pull things out of you, Kordanor. Once I start, I'll find it hard to stop. He's alive. Kindly Cheng folds her hands and her face becomes perfectly still. 10 seconds go by. When she speaks again, her voice is calm. I thought I was clear that I wanted him dead. His memory was gone. He wasn't a player anymore. You were clear, Auntie. He was accommodating and I choose to reward him for it. Her stiff eyebrows rise. He better have been pretty damn accommodating for you to disobey me. She pops an egg pastry into her mouth. I trust you got something useful out of him. We got plenty. Who sounds eager? He gave us data pump on everything we knew about Prosperity Tower. First-hand info. Josephine's headquarters? She rubs her nose, considering. That could be useful, I suppose. What do you intend on doing with it? We're gonna rescue Raymond. He's alive, aren't he? Just like I said he was. Josephine's holding him in there. She's doing something to his brain. Something to his brain? She takes another bite of a pastry. What is that old bitch up to now? Based on the memory that Mr. Plastic showed us, it looks like she's trying to rewire her son's memories using something called Assist Artificial Sensory Induction System technology. It allows the user to record, process and feed synthetic sensory input into the brain. Like a SimSense chip? Yes, auntie, it's the technology that led to SimSense. It's also what allows Deckers to enter the Matrix and grants riggers a neural connection to their drones. An expert assist technician could alter someone's personality, memory, even identity. I'm guessing experts like that don't grow on trees. Definitely not. Changing someone's memories requires a world-class expert in assist and massive amount of computing power. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing to him, but I'm guessing that his mom wants him to forget something. Or to remember differently, maybe. What do we know about Prosperity Tower? Mr. Plastic dropped us a couple of terabytes of data on Prosperity Tower right now, right out of his brain. Isabel and I have been studying it. Lots of good intel to mine there. He looks at the rest of the crew. Just what we need to take a run at the place and hope to get out alive. How do we make our approach? Talk to me about the security setup. How do we get to Raymond? The key to this operation are the 3 security stations located on different floors. The metric systems in these security stations are the command and control hubs of the entire building security. As such, they're the best place to find out where Raymond Black is being held. That's all we've got on his location. All we know is that he's being held somewhere called Lab 12. But where that is or how to get in there is something we'll need to figure out on site. If things go hostile, the best thing to do is get to an alarm panel or a matrix security node and shut things down. If we are noticed, we'll have a brief window to cut the link to the alarm system. If we do that, it will isolate the whole floor from the security system. The rest of the building won't know what's happening there. If the alarm goes off and we cut the link to the alarm system, we can spoof the system. Tell it we've moved to another location. That might work once or twice, but if we spoof too many alarms, they'll figure it out. How long is this brief window to cut the alarm? Maybe 30 seconds, maybe less, if the network isn't cluttered with traffic. It's there as a failsafe to security doesn't stampede all over the building if a janitor forgets to close the door. What's about guards, quantity, training? Standard corp security for the most part of Tsang has but Tsang has a rapid response squad for high priority events. That would be us. Is Gobbet right? Do you think an intrusion into Lab 12 would qualify as a high priority event? Judging by the way Grandma Tsang took out Carter, Gutshot and Nightjaw, I'd say she isn't interested in anyone getting anywhere near her son. Expect to face Tsang's elite security once she finds him. What else do we have on the security stations themselves? Staffing, weaknesses? Only one thing worth mentioning. Isabel looks over to Wu. The only way into a security station is with a key card, and guards on each floor carry a card to the station on that floor. So we can get a card by taking them out, but there may be other ways of getting keycards. Wu crosses his arms across his chest. Like I said, the security stations are the key to this operation. They provide multiple opportunities to exploit the system and determine how to approach the rest of our incursion. The security stations are high priority targets. Check. We go as quiet as possible until we have no choice. We don't need an entire building full of security on us. Never does. We want to take them fast before they have a chance to respond. So which station do we hit first? The little Decker purses her lips. No way to know. We'll need to take one of them and use it to determine our next step. It's like we have directions to go find a map. That's all I need to know about security. Let's hope it's enough Give us an edge. Was? Let's hope it's enough. Give us an edge? Was? Der Satz macht irgendwie keinen Sinn. How do we make our approach? Fortunately, Prosperity Tower is one of Tsang's lower security locations. It's mostly administrative, marketing, that sort of thing. That's good, kindly turns to her enforcer. Mr. Bao, give the runners those old Tsang security passes you used on that hijacking last year. Yes, Mrs. Cheng, they'll get them. Those passes should get you through the lobby. The triad boss pokes a fingernail between her teeth and dislodges a piece of pastry. You'll still have to explain your presence, Kordanor, so don't expect to just walk on, though. Looks like it's the front door for us. Isabel leans over to Gobbet. Hope those old security passes work, Gobbet. Well, it's better than nothing. Gobbet leans back to Isabel. Hope it's not a viable shadowrunning tool. We can't expect to stay in cover for long. One way or another, things are gonna get hot. How do we stop this assist thing from rewiring Raymond? All we know is that an assist device is located in Lab 12. It's the only one in the building. Now I doubt that Grandma will just hand over the passcodes to her system if we ask nicely. So we'll need a Decker to access the assist device and eject him from the system safely before she scrambles his brain. That sounds dangerous. Got it. What does the Decker need to do? Eject him safely. Like I said, we don't know. We are going to have to improvise. Figure that out when we get there. That's all I need to know. Kindly cuts in, licking her fingers with loud smacking noises. One more thing, Kordanor. While you're in her headquarters, look for anything we can use to incriminate or embarrass Josephine Tsang. I want dirt. Something I can feed to an acquaintance on the executive council, someone who stands to gain from it. My first priority is getting Raymond disconnected from this assist machine. Right after I rescue my father. She pops another egg treat into her mouth and her eyes close tight with pleasure. Of course, my sweet, of course. Now go enjoy Prosperity Tower, she smiles wolfishly, and give Josephine Tsang my regards. Karma gained 4. Hope it helps. From Dreamland, good luck with your whole what happened to my father thing. Rough deal. If nothing else, I hope the people responsible get what's coming to them and that my neural inhibitor program helps you to get some payback. What do you think about Rust Run? Blah blah blah. Too dangerous to leave him alive? Gunn is gonna react however she chooses to react. We'll just have to roll with the consequences. I fucking knew it. Yep, you've called it. Now we need to get him out of Prosperity Tower. Let's talk later. Vermutlich ist der Samurai pisst, dass wir ihm nicht geholfen haben. Die Mission ist ja jetzt quasi verstrichen. Hat man glaube ich schon. Da kam nichts mehr. Ne, doch. Hat man glaube ich auch schon. Bla. Ja, erzähl mir mehr. Lessons learned. Aha. Have an enjoyable evening. Infiltrate Prosperity Tower to rescue Raymond Black. Jawohl. Nee, du nicht. Jawohl. Jawohl. Jo. Ja, ja, ja. You can pan the camera by holding the right mouse button. I use Prosperity Tower. The walk to the MTR station is tense. Infiltrating the headquarters of a megacorp and locating Raymond Black will be challenge enough. Extricating him from his mother's assist device before his memories are permanently altered is another thing altogether. You hop the MTR South Island line and roll noisily down the nearby island of Ein Let, or dense forests of soaring skyscrapers and corporate greed. Amid them, blending in cautiously or so with its neighbors, stands Prosperity Tower. You open the door to the lobby and step inside the headquarters of Zhang Mechanical Services and its CEO Josephine Zhang. So, muss ich mal gerade hier noch was aufschreiben. And Prosperity Tower. Ja, continue. Ja, confirm. You have karma. Na, ist ja schön. Cancel. The decadence of Zhang's administrative lobby is the first thing to hit you. The moods, a lighting, designer wallpaper, and the scent of burning lavender incense all blur together into a foreign landscape that feels more dangerous than the rotting alleys of Hong Kong. Even the plants seem to condescend to you in their hand-carved limestone pots. Across the room from you stands a receptionist, 3 guards at her back. She seems unaware of, or at least indifferent to, your presence, but the guards behind her lock their eyes onto you and adjust their postures. Regardless, it appears to be a routine response, as the guard on the far right lifts a hand to his face and lets loose a long, loud yarn. Security may look light, but we are not in yet. Towards only get us so far. Things are bound to get heated eventually. Just be prepared to cover your ass when the bullets fly. We've got a lot to get past before we can get to Raymond. He's right, keep our objective in sight, kindly said. When we find information on Raymond's location in the security stations. Was? We can find, okay. It'll be tricky getting into them, but once we do, that's also where we can cut the alarm system. Once we find Raymond, I'd be happy to help with his liberation. She wraps her fingers on her cyberdeck. Oh, and as for the Tsang security passes, we shouldn't rely solely on them. They'll help, but using them alongside our own wits will be most effective. Hallo! The receptionist watches you make your way across the lobby. She studies you from head to toe and a barely concealed look of disgust on her face. Welcome to Tsang Mechanical Services. How can I be of service? I'm here for a meeting. I'm here to make a delivery. She eyes you unblinking in a blatant disbelief. Is that right? And who is this delivery for? Show her your Tsang security passes. I'm afraid that's confidential. You know what it is? There's a rule for everything these days. Is it alright with you if I make my delivery and come right back? It'll be for you if you don't keep quiet and give me elevator access. You know what that? She rolls her eyes. Please proceed to the elevators. On the elevator wall is a large panel covered in buttons. A keypad is mounted beside it. The buttons are left unlabeled, but you know from the plastic-faced man's data which floors have security stations. Numerical code, okay. Utility sub-basement. Tsang Enforcer. Das sieht so aus, als wenn wir hier direkt in den Kampf verwickelt werden würden. The guard's brow furrows at your approach. She looks giddy or maybe antsy as he flexes the hand closest to his handgun. Halt! This area is off limits. Only selected personnel are allowed in here. You have identification? Show me Tsang security passes. Front desk sent me here for a new employee orientation. At your words, he seems to relax. He glances at your passes, hardly long enough to read anything, and returns his gaze to you. Oh, welcome on board. I am pretty new myself, just finished up orientation a month ago. Go on ahead, and good luck. Keep up the good work. First aid station. Door keypad. The room is secured by a small keypad. Walk away, haben wir ja keinen. Aber vielleicht finden wir dann noch einen. Zangard, der sagt nichts. Bevor wir da reingehen, schauen wir uns hier noch alles an. Maintenance Manager. Security. Mal Reader. Door card Reader. Standard Keycard Scanner. Walk away. Locker Room. Vielleicht finden wir da eine Karte. And who are you supposed to be? Show me your Tsang security passes. First day, was told to report here. Well then, welcome to the shit show that is floor B3. Our boss is a dick, bad at everything, and loves to blame others. That's why the company puts her down here. How about a tour? No chance. Rotation's over and I'm taking my 3-day break. But hey, word of advice. Make it a habit to check with the boss early. She hates it when people are late. And with how much she enjoys pointing that finger. Stay on her good side. He locks his locker and heads out. The locker is large and sturdy and protected by a simple keypad. Enter code. Also da haben wir erstmal nix, außer die da unten könnten wir rein. Vielleicht erschließt sich von da aus mehr. Ich speichere hier mal. Flup. You're greeted by the sight of a dwarf leaning against the desk, nose deep inside a book. The plaque next to her hip reads Maintenance Lead. She holds up her finger to silence you, eyes locked on her story. After a moment, she dog-ears her page and sets the book on top of the desk. By the way, she sizes you up. You can tell that she's not in the business of making friends. Yes. Charisma 6. Sorry, wrong door. I should say so. No, get out. Aha. Lololol, dafür haben wir ja Punkte. Und Charisma einmal erhöhen ist wohl auf jeden Fall drin. Corporate oder Security? Oh, Security. I'm the new hire. When I asked HR to challenge, they assigned me to this department. I'm ready to take on whatever you throw in my way, boss. She looks confused and slightly annoyed by your gung-ho attitude. Well, aren't we eager? Glad you think. What's my first assignment? Before you do anything around here, you've got to change out of those ridiculous clothes. Hit the locker room and grab a uniform. Show some goddamn company pride. She studies you again, clearly unimpressed. Well, at least they finally sent somebody here. The locker code. Hmm? Zwei sechs, zwei sieben. Put on a uniform. The rest of your team begrudgingly rifles through the locker, picking out uniforms closest to their size. One by one, they bottom up, and soon a hodgepodge of frumpy maintenance workers stand before you. A little tight in the arms, but great in the hips. I could really tear up a dance floor in this. She swivels her hips and spins on her heel. When she comes back around, she grabs her chin and strikes a pose. This is the pose I used to win her hearts. She straightens up and pats the uniform. Hope Zhang doesn't mind if I keep this. Uh-huh. Much better. Should I assume that it is your new sector? That's what they told me. She lets out a breath of relief. About time I got some help down here. I've got a task to break you in fast. The auto-coupler in the main terminal is out. Flow regulators need a restart. Engage its airflow mixers, then report back to me. That? Da? A standard model terminal, everything looks fairly basic, including its controls. You notice something flashing in the corner of the screen, a message entitled Urgent. Open the message. Lee, I need you to get your team together and fix the climate turbine. Make it top priority. It's been radiating heat on warm days and cooling on cold days. People around the office are getting pissy. I am not going to take their shit on your behalf. So the longer you wait, the more your quarterly review will suffer. Thomas Young, Vice President of Building Maintenance. Attached to the message is a work order. A red sentence reads, accept task, accept the work order. Reboot the controls. Walk away. Kann man da sonst noch was machen? Nö. Good work, rookie. That's all I need for now. Why don't you take a break? Just do it outside of my office. I've got a date with a new novel. Great. Oh wait, did I mention that the terminal had another maintenance request in it? Something about fixing a turbine. I accepted the task. She slams her hands on top of her desk. What? You signed off on the goddamn turbine engine? We can't do that. I'd need at least a crew of 4 level 3 techs to even do an evaluation of that thing. I thought it might help us get ahead of things around here. The longer that request sat in the system, the worse it'll look for us anyway. Hey, could be worse. We could have botched the flow regulator repair too. The longer that request sat in the system, blah blah blah. The anger drains from her. She closes her eyes and rubs her temple. Shit, rookie. If you signed off the order, we've got to do it. Or this department is sunk. This is what we are gonna do. You head to the turbine and I'll unlock admin controls from here. Now, it's a very important, very expensive piece of machinery, so you need to do exactly what I say. Got it? Got it. Try to repair the turbine. Wo denn? Da? No. A live video window is open in the middle of the terminal screen. You see the face of the ever-tense maintenance manager glaring back at you. Alright, rookie, I've started the turbine in standby mode, so its electronics should be working. I need you to troubleshoot the issue from your end, while I reference the machine's manual on my end. Now let's see. Says here we should start by repressurizing the hydraulics. There should be a program on your terminal specifically for monitoring and controlling the turbine. Once you're in there, select the hydraulics and hit the appropriate command. Done. The turbine hisses as the hydraulics pressurize. Well, that's something. Indicator lights are still red though. Sometimes the engine seismoradar connection becomes misaligned, so try adjusting that. Shouldn't need to move it more than a couple of centimeters. Done. The machine remains unchanged. Maybe the rotor speed needs to be recalibrated. And done. Something groans inside the turbine and the base of the rotor begins to rumble. Hey, that's it! Don't let the noise fool you. We've identified the problem. The rotor must have been recalibrated, the opposite of what it needed. One more try and it should fix the turbine. Give it a go. Sabotage the turbine. A thunderous, grating noise rumbles inside the machinery, followed by a loud explosion as a sheet of flame erupts from its top. What did you do? It's fine. Everything is fine here. I'm not sure. Is it supposed to shoot fire? Damn it! Get your ass over to security. They're going to want a statement. What are you doing back here? You've got paperwork to file. No chance in hell I'm taking the heat for your mess. So get your ass over to security. Either you deal with them or you deal with me. And trust me, you do not want to deal with me. Das war da. Bang on the door. A muffled anyone voice shouts from the other side. What? I'm the person who blew up the turbine. I'm supposed to make a statement? Lucky you. 1 second and I'll let you fill out a property damage forms on our terminal. Alright, come in. Just don't go poking around the security system. Stick to the forms. Terminal in the back. Ja, schau. Have is bell, check in. There are enough open ports to hook a cyberdeck up to this terminal. With so few eyes on it, it seems like a good opportunity to prod through Zhang's records. Walk away. Speichern wir gerade. Und dann hexorn wir. Ja. Go! Ja. Oh, da haben wir aber eine ganze Menge System Trace Dingens. Die bewegen sich verhältnismäßig langsam. Da oben ist nix. Mhm. Mm. Leider nicht kritisch getroffen. Cannot move. Aua. Das können wir aber heilen. Na. Was? Mist. Mhm. Jo. Wunderbar. Ja, sieht gut aus. Ja. Internal announcement, Tsang Security. The Tsang company has increased its security measures in a company-wide movement to protect its investments. Tsang's actions on this matter are to remain company knowledge only. Any mention or leak of this information will not be tolerated. Employees found guilty of divulging said security movement to outside parties will be blacklisted and purged from Tsang Mechanical Services. Security protocols will double throughout Tsang proper. Was? In the case of Laboratory 12, security will be enhanced threefold for optimum protection. Those who work in Laboratory 12 will be upgraded to Omega level clearance. Admittance to the laboratory will be heavily monitored and all visitors must have Omega clearance or higher with critical business in the area. The captain of this situation has pre-approved a limited release of Laboratory 12's elevator code to Omega personnel. Receipt of this message is proof of your authorization. Warning, this information is highly sensitive and should remain restricted to Omega Plus knowledge only. Violators will experience aforementioned blacklisting and company purging. After a quick scan of the data store, two message threads stand out. One about the locker room and the second about the first aid station. Read the thread between maintenance and security. Maintenance. Did you assess change the locker code again? Security, sure did, but only because your department forgot to do it. I don't need your ass, I need the damn locker code. 2626. Read the thread between maintenance and read the note regarding the first aid station. Notice of security update. Apparently those dicks over at maintenance have been tossing their crappy broken gear into the first aid room, so I changed the door code. It's now 4990 auch aufgeschrieben. If they get pissed, just remember that it's a medical facility. The pricks will be spewing up thanks the next time they hack someone's arm off with a loader or whatever. Signed, Vincent, Security Engineer. Disconnect. Das hat schon mal sehr gut funktioniert. Jetzt warten wir mal, bis dieses Flugedinge da vorbeikommt. Dann gehen wir da noch rein. Um 50 reduziert. Aua, Host Damage. Hält eine Menge aus. Cannot move. Schön Schaden gefressen. Schicken wir den rüber. Besser treffen oder einmal heilen. Ja, eigentlich sind wir da ja noch voll. Machen wir besser treffen. Oh, schön. Der kann nichts tun. Oh, sehr schön. 74. Sauber. Der hat fast nichts mehr. 12. Er roots them in place. Nehmen wir das. Und dann gehen wir rüber. Der kann entsprechend nichts machen. Gehen wir rüber. Kaputt. Auf geht's. Na. Ja, aber das ist das dritte oder das zweite gerade? M passt, W passt, W passt. Ich glaube, das ist das Richtige. Ja. You hacked the node and the vulnerable network is quickly infected by spoof programs. Within a matter of seconds, the programs spread across the system, sending false security alarms throughout Tsang. The security network is becoming less and less stable. More guards pick up the summons to locate each alarm's origin, but they continue to only find dead ends. Okay, hier waren keine Dinger, die da rumgeflutscht sind. Da können wir auch direkt wieder raus. Da müssen wir jetzt auch wieder rauskommen. Oh, oh. Oh, passt. Na, wobei, bleiben wir da hinten gerade stehen. Das ist doch sehr gut gelaufen. Und dann würde ich sagen, machen wir auch hier erstmal wieder eine kleine Unterbrechung und beim nächsten Mal gehen wir dann in die nächste Security-Etage wahrscheinlich ran, nachdem wir hier die Räume noch geplündert haben. Bis denn!